Oh, I'm Dr. Margaret Little. I'm the AICE coordinator at Northport High School, and I'm here with information that was given to the parents of current juniors, next year's seniors, class of 2024, at the parent night on April 17th, 2024. I'm going to start by sharing my screen so that you can see the presentation that was used on that evening for the meeting. Now, I could give you a lot of information about the ACE program and juniors and what they need to do next year, but really the most effective way to get information to everyone is to teach you what is on our website and how to navigate the website. And that way, as you have questions that come up that you might not even be thinking of right now, you are able to go and find the answers to those questions. So our website is northportace.com. And on here, we have information about testing. Your student tested last year, so this is not something that is brand new to them, but the test dates are up there in a calendar format, and then also frequently asked questions, such as what happens if I'm sick and I have to miss one of my ACE exams? Are there makeup dates? Which no, there really are not, but there's a way to let Cambridge know about special circumstances. What can students bring into the testing room? What are the regulations? Different things like that. Then we also have academic help. Even our most advanced students sometimes come across a class that really challenges them, or a combination of classes that really challenges them. So we have articles there, and we didn't just post any article that we found. We looked at many, many articles and found the ones that we felt had the best advice for high school, high achieving students, and we posted them there. Things like how to avoid procrastination, how to stay motivated, tips for studying, tips for keeping on top of their schedule. So there's a lot of different advice there that even students who haven't needed help in that type of area before might find useful. Another tab that we have is videos. And if you're watching this video, hopefully you found this tab already, but I have made very short videos that answer some of the most common questions. For example, how to earn the ACE diploma, the benefits of ACE beyond the ACE diploma, and how ACE works with Bright Futures. So if you have a specific question about any one of those, you don't have to watch a longer video. You can watch those very short videos that will answer those specific questions. We also have a tab if you own a business or know someone who owns a business who would like to sponsor the ACE program in return for some advertising. That information is all there. And finally, transcripts. Students have to send their scores to their colleges. And if they go to one school and they transfer to another school later on, they need to send it again. So I go over that with the seniors, but all of the information is there if they are not in class on the day that I go over it, or if they need to send the scores again as a transfer student later on, they can find all of the directions there. Now, under more, there are a couple of different things, but first I want to show you this. This is on the homepage, and it's about college credit. All Florida public universities and community colleges award up to 45 hours of college credit for ACE and or AP exams that are passed. And the Department of Education has established credit course equivalencies. The report is linked on, like I said, the homepage of our website. What I have discovered is that the colleges do have some leeway on this. It's not exactly a law, but if your student feels like they are not getting the credit that they deserve, one thing that they could do is go to this document, see the guidance from the state, and bring that to the attention of their school. It might help them to get the credit that they think that they deserve for their ACE classes. Continued is college credits. Under that More tab, one of the things that students can click on is college credits. These are very popular colleges that a lot of our students go to. So I have posted a link directly to where they have their requirements for what classes students get credit for with which ACE exam that they have passed. So if they update that information, the link will still be good. It will still just take them to the latest version. I want to remind everyone that the ACE diploma waives the SAT or ACT score and GPA requirements for Bright Futures. It's one of the main benefits. So how do students earn the ACE diploma? You may have heard this before, but if not, here's a good review for you. Now, students have already scheduled for next year, but you might want to double check or have your student double check and make sure that they are on track to get the ACE diploma, taking the correct classes in the correct categories. Students need to pass 7 exams, and if you see what is highlighted in green right now, that is the one required course, Global Perspectives and Research. If your student has not taken it this year as a junior, they should take it next year. Then students need to pass at least one from each core category: math and science, languages, arts and humanities. And if you're looking on the right-hand side there, you will notice that I crossed off math because we don't actually offer any of the ACE math here at Northport High School. We do, however, offer a wide variety of sciences, some of which are a little more humanities based and some of which are what we would call pure sciences with labs and things of that nature. So in that category, students can take marine science, chemistry, biology, psychology, physics, and environmental management. You'll notice psychology and environmental management, those are the two that don't have labs or anything like that, for students who are more strong in the humanities area. Group 2 is languages, and people often think of the foreign languages, which we offer Spanish and French, but English language also counts for that. Students can pass the AS level. They can then decide to take the A level if they want to. And if they don't pass the AS level, then they need to take the A level and try and get a high enough score to pull both parts up to a passing grade. Group 3 in arts and humanities, if students do not want to take the A level of English language and they already passed a language, they could take literature in English. Some colleges prefer to see that instead of the A level English language, which is why you might want to look at that previous page that I mentioned. It has all the links. That might be a place where you would find out which one the college you would like to go to would prefer. International history and US history both count as arts and humanities. And again, psychology and environmental management. It's very important that students and families understand that if you are taking psychology and you pass AS level and you pass A level, you can only count it together. So you have to use both of them in science or you have to use both of them in arts and humanities. Same thing with environmental management. You can only use it in one category. You cannot use it in both. And altogether, the students need 7. General paper and thinking skills might be 2 that they also add. Those don't count for any of the required categories, but they do count towards the 7 that students need. We have a tracking sheet that we use with students, and we use this every year, starting in 10th grade. You will see that it has what grade the course was taken, 10th, 11th, or 12th. And I filled it in for a sample student. This student passed English general paper and thinking skills as a sophomore, 10th grade, but they did not pass international history. U means ungraded, which to Cambridge means you did not pass. Then when they are scheduling for 11th grade, they should have already filled in that they're taking psychology, English language, US history, and global. We really recommend only 3, but some students are fine with a load of 4 ACE classes. And then they don't know whether they pass those or not. Those scores will come out in August. And then as a senior, they want to take chemistry, they want to take French as a backup for their language, and they want to take literature. And that will get them at least 2 options in every category. I want to remind families and students that once a senior graduates, they cannot come back to retake any exams, not in October and not the following year. So it's really, really important to have backup, what we call buffer classes. Bright Futures is the main reason why most people go for the ACE diploma, but in order to get Bright Futures, the student must fill out the FFAA, which is the Florida Financial Aid application, in addition to the FAFSA. I've had students tell me that they didn't get any financial aid from FAFSA, so they didn't bother to do the Florida application, but then they cannot get Bright Futures. Students will get a letter in the spring of their senior year, and maybe prior to that, but that particular one tends to cause some panic sometimes. It might say that the student qualifies for 75% or even 100% Bright Futures if their SAT, ACT score is high enough, if their GPA is high enough, and if they already have all their volunteer hours. Otherwise, it will say the student doesn't qualify yet. Still great information. You can see how many volunteer hours the state has recorded for the student, and you can see if they do qualify for anything with their test scores. Unfortunately, students will not know if they qualify for Bright Futures via the ACE diploma until August, which of course is after graduation. Colleges do want you to put some money down before then, maybe even full tuition, so that you don't get removed from super popular classes. Sometimes they will look and see who has and has not paid and maybe remove someone who has not paid in favor of someone who has. My advice is always, if you can do it financially, to plan on paying for that first semester tuition only and being reimbursed. That money comes in within a month. It's generally mid-September. You can ask for a deferment, but of course it's not guaranteed. And we have had some people have trouble with being taken out of very popular freshman or sophomore classes because they hadn't paid and someone else had. I want to remind all students, all families to get those volunteer hours done. Waiting until mid-senior year or late senior year, even if you've done them all, if you wait that long to turn them in, all sorts of things can happen. Things can go wrong. And it really does get very stressful for students if they run into some type of situation. So get them done as early as possible and don't wait till the last minute and turn them in as soon as they are done. Another reminder to fill out the FFAA. Reminder, I had this question last year from a senior. The Bright Future Scholarship does not go outside of Florida, but it can be used at private schools. That is a common misconception. Of course, the tuition at a private school is going to be higher. The family needs to make up the difference, but they get the portion that is equal to what state school tuition would be. Another thing that some students don't know about is that you need to keep the Bright Future Scholarship by having a good GPA, by taking the right number of classes per semester. I'm not even going to give details because it can change. I want you just to check the Bright Futures Handbook, keep looking at it, make sure that you are meeting all of the continuation requirements, because we have had students who have lost Bright Futures after their very first semester. The last piece of information I have for you is that we have an ACE banquet for our graduating seniors every year. It is a big deal. It is a great celebration. People really enjoy it. Invitations will be mailed in mid-February, so maybe even put a reminder in your phone that if it hasn't come by the beginning of March, that you reach out to us. Tickets do go on sale in March, and generally they're on sale for 3 or 4 weeks. Prices go up every week. So it's a good idea to buy the tickets early, and that way you get the best money for, or the best value for your money. That's all I have. Thank you very much for your time, your attention. If you have further questions, northportace.com is the best place to go for information. Or of course, you can always contact me. Email is much more quick. It's quicker than a phone call. I tend to not be in my office sometimes. So you can always email me, and that is a very good way to get in touch with me. Again, thank you, and I will see you in the fall for Senior Parent Night.